My name is Anis Masunda. I'm presenting a topic on nutrition and digestion. Question number 7. Program SAG access to higher education diploma in nursing. This project offers a thorough review of the anatomical and physiological features of the digestive system, the histological traits of important digestive organs, the basic elements of the balanced diet, the results of nutritional deficits, and modern dietary recommendations meant to support long-term health. Designed to break down food into absorbable nutrients, the highly specialized network of organs in the human digestive system is then used for energy, development, and cellular repair. Maintaining these physiological systems depends on the proper diet, hence imbalances might cause different health problems. We have the anatomical structure of the human alimentary canal as shown on the diagram. We have the mouth, which is also the oral cavity, the tongue, salivary glands, the pharynx, esophagus, the liver, gallbladder, duodenum, the stomach, the pancreas, small intestines, appendix, rectum, and the anus. More than 9 meters long, the alimentary canal, also known as the gastrointestinal system, a muscular tube, runs from the mouth to the anus, made of several components, each having a specific function in the digesting process. Food first passes into the mouth, where salivary enzymes, including amylase, which breaks down carbohydrates, initiates the chemical digestion, and mastication conducts the mechanical digestion. Food is combined with stomach acid in the improvised storage space known as the stomach to create semi-liquid chyme. Maintaining high levels of hydrochloric acid, the stomach acidic environment activates pepsin, therefore breaking down proteins. The chyme subsequently passes via the 3-part small intestines, the duodenum, and the ileum. Pancreatic processing enzymes and bile from the liver aid to break down proteins, carbohydrates, and lipids, whereas the duodenum is in charge of absorbing most of the nutrients. The ileum absorbs bile acids and vitamin B12. The bits not consumed pass through the large intestine, where the body absorbs water and electrolytes once again, while bacteria break down fibers the body cannot absorb. The waste moves into the rectum to survive once it is expelled from the anus. Every section of the alimentary canal is designed to do its particular function, therefore guaranteeing that digestion and nutrient intake go smoothly. We move on to the functions of the alimentary canal. Mechanical and chemical digestion is the first function. By the way of both mechanical and chemical process working together, digestion breaks down food into its component nutrients. As teeth crush food into tiny bits, the mouth begins mechanical digestion, hence increasing the surface area accessible for enzyme action. A rhythmic contraction mixes food with stomach fluids. Chyme is generated into the stomach. Chemical digestion breaks micromolecules by means of enzymes and secretions. Salivary amylase begins to break down the carbohydrates in the mouth. Stomach proteins are broken down by gastric pepsin set off by hydrochloric acid. Entering the duodenum, pancreatic enzymes, lipase, protease, and amylase take over the digestion of fats, proteins, and carbohydrates correspondingly. Made in the gallbladder, by the liver, bile emulsifies lipids into lactase and sucrase enzymes. Complete breakdown of disaccharides into absorbable monosaccharides. We have the third function of the alimentary canal is the absorption of nutrients. The small intestines is the principal source of nutrient absorption because of its huge surface area, which villi and microvilli enhance. Active transport and assisted diffusion bring monosaccharides and amino acids, glucose, fructose into the circulation. Fatty acids and glycerol are reassembled within intestinal cells into trisaccharides. These molecules then are pegged into chylomicrons for lymphatic system migration, while gut bacteria break down dietary fiber to generate short-chain fatty acids that support colon health. The large intestine largely absorbs water and electrolytes by means of receptor-mediated endocytosis. The ileum is vital for absorbing bile salts and vitamin B12. We move on to the histology of the key digestive organs. We start with the stomach. Gastric pits within the stomach inner lining produce glands secreting different chemicals. While main cells secrete pepsinogen, the inactive precursor of pepsin, parietal cells make hydrochloric acid, which generates an acidic environment required for pepsin activation. Mucus secreting cells create a barrier against the causatic environment of the stomach. Food mechanical churning is facilitated by the muscle layer of the stomach, longitudinal, circular, and oblique. We move on to the duodenum. Comprising of finger-like projections called villi, each covered in microvilli, the duodenum forms the brush boundary. These buildings improve nutrition absorption. Found in the subcosa brunus glands release alkaline mucus to neutralize stomach acid, therefore shielding the intestinal lining. Through the hepatopancreatic ampulla, the duodenum additionally absorbs pancreatic and bile fluids, so guaranteeing effective digestion. We move on to the ileum. Though it has shorter villi than the duodenum, the ileum features specialist Peyer's patches, lymphoid structure that track intestinal microbes and ward against infections. We move on to the liver's hepatic function in digestion. Among numerous important digestive tasks, the liver carries out a metabolic control, detoxification of toxins, and biogeneration for fat emulsification. Before they get into systematic circulation, it synthesizes plasma proteins, stores glycogen, and breaks down consumed nutrients. We have as the 7 essential requirements of a balanced diet as carbohydrates. Carbohydrates are the primary energy source of body use. They belong to both simple sugars, glucose, fructose, and complex carbohydrates. Starch, fiber, whole grains, lentils, and vegetables provide slow digesting complex carbohydrates that help to maintain the constant blood glucose levels, therefore reducing the incidence of type 2 diabetes and insulin resistance. We have proteins. Immune system, enzymes, and hormone manufacturing and tissue healing all depend on proteins. Made of amino acids, protein fall into either complete, that is containing all 9 essential amino acids, or incomplete, that is lacking some of the key amino acids. Adults need about 0.8 grams of protein per kilogram of body weight daily. Athletes, pregnant women, and recuperating patients have greater demands. We also have fats and oils, essential for energy storage, cell membrane integrity, and absorption of fatty soluble vitamins. Dietary fats provide 9 kilojoules per gram, while trans fats are 2 high saturated fats increase cardiovascular disease risk. Unsaturated fats, mono and polysaturated, found in olive, avocados, and fatty fish, lower LDL cholesterol and reduce inflammation. We move on to vitamins. Micronutrients acting as coenzymes in metabolic activities are vitamins not kept in the body. They are water-soluble vitamins, should be taken regularly. While vitamin C, citrus fruits, bell peppers help collagen building and immunity. Vitamin B vitamins increase energy metabolism. Store in adipose tissue. Fat-soluble vitamins regulates calcium absorption. Vitamin A is absolutely essential for immune system and vision. Deficiencies can lead to scurvy or night blindness. We also have minerals. Minerals are essential for the bone health, neuron function, and oxygen transportation. Minerals are inorganic elements. Large amounts of micro minerals needed for bone: calcium, potassium, and sodium for fluid equilibrium, iron for hemoglobin production, zinc for immunity, and iodine for thyroid hormones are among trace minerals. Water is needed for waste excretion, temperature control, and hydration. Water takes up to 60% of body weight and is lost every day from urine, sweat, and breathing. It makes adults should drink 2 to 3 liters every day. Their needs will rise in warmer areas and after exercises. Dehydration stunts physical endurance, renal performance, and cognitive ability. While drinks like tea and coffee help with intake, pure water is the best option to cut additional sugars. We also have food fiber, a non-digestible carbohydrate. Fiber feeds helpful intestinal bacteria and boosts motility in the stomach, while insoluble fiber causes constipation. Soluble fiber, oats, apples, lower cholesterol and balance blood sugar. A 25 to 30 grams per day high fiber diet lowers a type 2 diabetes, heart diseases, and colon cancer risk. Short-chain fatty acids generated by the gut bacterial fermentation of fiber improve colon health and systematic immune needs. We also have effects of dietary imbalances and deficiency diseases. We have the protein energy deficiency, abbreviated PEM. Among the greatest consequences of not eating enough over an extended period of time is protein energy malnutrition. It is most commonly affects underdeveloped nations and fragile people like the elderly and the young people. Eating insufficient protein can lead to kwashiorkor in disorder marked by edema, dermatosis, and fatty liver. This condition results from insufficient transportation of proteins, particularly albumin, and the body produces. The stomach expands and grabs onto water as a result. Conversely, marasmus results in overall lack of calories, which causes muscle and rapid loss of structure and fat to build up. We also have vitamin deficiency and disorders. Though eating has improved, one of the main health issues still affecting the world is vitamin shortages. Children that go blind that may have been spared generally lack vitamin A. Should this issue not be addressed, xerophthalmia might develop into corneal ulcers and irreversible vision loss. This shortfall also breaks down epithelial barriers, which increases the likelihood of common diseases like diarrhea and measles, killing more individuals. We also have mineral deficiency conditions. Iron deficiency anemia is the most often occurring nutritional disorder worldwide among women of childbearing age and small children. Real-world symptoms include pallor, fatigue, and diminished mental clarity brought on by lower blood flow. Among the iodine deficiency illness, cretinism and goiter. Children born following even a modest iodine deficiency during pregnancy will invariably suffer with brain damage, particularly in women who have experienced menopause. Too little calcium and vitamin D can aggravate osteoporosis. We also have implications of excessive uptake of nutrients. Dietary imbalance is more than just nutrient gaps. They also include the bad effects of getting too many nutrients. Hypervitaminosis can hurt livers and cause birth defects in expecting women. It is often caused by taking too many supplements. The latest figures say that over 3 million people die each year around the world because they take too much salt. This is because processed food often contain a lot of sodium. We also have long-term health impacts. Long-term dietary imbalances have effects not only in the terms of nutrition deprivation. Defects in neural tubes are more likely in a pregnant woman with a folate deficit. Lack of adequate antioxidants in your life could cause cells and neurons to age and break down faster. Children whose mothers lack sufficient meals are more prone to develop metabolic syndrome, diabetes, and heart disease as adults. We have current dietary recommendations for optimal health. The first recommendation being whole food and dietary foundation. Modern nutrition science firmly supports diets based on whole or minimally processed food as a cornerstone of best health. Guidelines for Americans advise at least 85% of calorie consumption should come from nutrient-dense whole food, including fruits, vegetables, whole grains, legumes, nuts, and seeds. Plant-based dietary patterns. For general health improvement and disease prevention, dietary patterns heavy in plants have proven especially beneficial. The Mediterranean diet, that is dietary approaches to stop hypertension diets. Many plant-based diets define high consumption of fruits and vegetables, legumes and whole grains as main carbohydrate sources, nuts and seeds for health fats, and limited intake of red meat, with preference given to fish and plant proteins. Optimal fat intake. Current advice strongly advises stressing beneficial fats and decreasing bad ones. Nutritionists advise giving monosaturated fats from sources like olive oil and avocado first priority, along with omega-3 fat acids from fatty fish and flax seeds, even while keeping saturated fats below 10% of daily calories and totally avoiding industrial trans fats. Sugar and refined carbohydrate reduction, especially from sugar or sweetened beverages and ultra-processed meals. The risk of too much sugar consumption have become rather evident, with 5% Ideal Health Organization advised restricting added sugars to less than 10% of total calories, since studies show those consuming more than 25% of their calories from added sugar have double risk of dying from cardiovascular diseases. With sodium and potassium balance. Another soluble vital component of good nutrition, controlling potassium and salt consumption while adding foods strong in potassium such as leafy greens and bananas to help offset effects of salt. Experts advise keeping sodium below 2.3 grams daily for individuals with high blood pressure. Can have 1.5 grams. Personalized and sustainable approaches. A few studies shows that people need personalized nutritional plans that take their genes, gut microbiota makeup, and metabolic profile into account. This is the top need for long-term choices that are good for people. In conclusion, we also have deflecting common nutritional misconception. All fats are unhealthy. This is not true. Olive oil, nuts, and saturated fats are cardioprotective. High protein diets are always beneficial, which is not true. Excess protein can strain kidneys and raise osteoporosis risk. Then carbohydrates cause weight gain. This is not true. Obesity results from overconsumption of refined carbohydrates, not whole grains. Thank you.